Just like a painter needs their palette for storing their paints, a ZBrush artist is greatly benefited by a quick and tidy palette for an efficient workflow. To create a custom palette, go to Preferences, Config, and toggle on Enable Customize. Next, scroll down to Custom UI and select Create New Menu. Name it something like Palette. Next, we need to set up our left divider for the transfer of brushes. By default, ZBrush menus dock to the left divider auto-collapse when you navigate to a new menu. To turn off auto-collapse, go to Preferences, Interface, and Palettes. Toggle off Left Tray Auto-Collapse. Navigate to the left divider and double-click. If your brush menu isn't already docked in the left divider, go to your brush menu, select the grab icon, and dock it into the left divider. Do the same thing with your custom palette. Dock it into the left divider under the brush menu. It looks like our palette has been misspelled. We can only rename our custom palette while we have customization enabled. Left-click the name of the palette while holding Ctrl and Alt. Then rename it appropriately. It's now time to fill our palette with brushes. Your brush menu will be populated by your last used brushes. To populate the brush menu with the brushes from the last lesson, press BMV for the Move tool, BDS for Dam Standard, and BCB for the Clay Buildup brush. While holding Ctrl and Alt, drag the Move tool into your palette. Do the same thing for the other two brushes. It's nice to have our favorite brushes all in one menu, but it would be much more convenient to pop the palette to our cursor with a hotkey. To do this, click the grab icon on the palette once. This will close the menu. Double-click to close the divider. Next, open Preferences, scroll to Config, and toggle off Enable Customize. When customization is toggled off, Ctrl-Alt will instead default to assigning a hotkey. This can be used for practically every interface and brush in ZBrush. While holding Ctrl and Alt, select the custom palette. Assign a key or combination of keys. I like Alt-Z for my custom palettes. To override a pre-existing hotkey, select OK in the dialog box. Now it's time to save and store our interface and hotkeys. To store the interface, go to Preferences, Config, Store Config. This will store our changes to the interface for the next time that ZBrush is opened. Next, select Save UI. Navigate to a folder of your choice. I will choose the Startup folder under Public Documents and make a Layout folder. Then save your layout. I'll do Workspace 01. Do the same for your hotkeys. Go to Hotkeys, Store, then save your hotkeys in the Hotkeys folder. Custom menus or palettes are an excellent way to speed up your workflow or sort your favorite brushes and interface tools. If you're interested in the software or want to learn more, click the link in the description below. I'm James Simon with Trinity Animation. Happy sculpting!